hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about the health of your liver. Over the next couple of days, every video I do is going to revolve around building a healthy liver. Because what we don't understand is the amount of functions that your liver has. You know, people have hair problems, people have skin problems, a lot of people are struggling to lose body fat. Some people have an alcoholic fatty liver, some people have a non-alcoholic fatty liver. We don't understand that the liver is responsible for removing toxins from your body. Everything, the air that you breathe, the BPA coming into your body from the plastic bottles, from the cosmetics that you use, pesticides in food, all of the polluted toxins and everything has to pass through our liver. So what happens is when there is a burden of all these toxins in the liver slows down. When the liver slows down or the liver gets inflamed, you have your SGOT, your SGPT parameters go up. You know, all of this affects your overall health. Fat burn is controlled by your liver. You can be dieting, you could be working out heavy in the gym, but if you have poor liver health, it is always going to be a struggle for you to burn body fat. Because one of the main functions of the liver is to help with burning body fat. That's why when people come to us for weight loss, people come to us for fat loss, our protocol is very different. We first start off by cleaning out the liver, by helping the liver reduce inflammation. If someone has a non-alcoholic fatty liver, first sort that out, put that in remission, and then the person finds that weight loss is way easier. It's the same thing with hair problems, with skin problems. A lot of people, they want that glow in their skin. They have dull looking skin, they're doing everything. Again, it comes down to the liver. You have a thyroid function. You can't just treat the thyroid gland. Your T4, T3 conversion happens with the liver. And that's why it's so important that when you're trying to put a Hashimoto's thyroid in remission or an underactive thyroid or a hyperthyroid in remission, you got to consider the health of the liver. So now, while there are several lifestyle changes, non-alcoholic liver, they say there's no medicine, but today we have people move from a grade 3 to a grade 2, a grade 2 to a grade 1, and finally there's no alcoholic or non-alcoholic fatty liver. It requires lifestyle changes. When a liver cirrhosis happens or a cirrhotic liver, that's usually a very highly scarred liver. And that could be very, very detrimental to your overall health. The liver's created a scar to protect itself from the burden, from toxins, from inflammation. So in its own way, it starts to protect itself with a scar. That scarring becomes a cirrhotic liver, which is quite dangerous for most people. So now today and over the next few videos, because I don't want to dump too much of information on you, it's a beautiful process to rebuild your liver. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen when you start to rebuild your liver. The number one thing that you're going to feel, your energy levels. All of a sudden you start feeling light, you have more energy because guess what? Your liver's working for you. So sometimes when people have chronic fatigue is actually a syndrome today, or you're constantly tired. It could be due to several reasons. You're sleep deprived, you have gut issues, but again, that's why when you holistically treat the human body, you treat everything, including the liver. You want better skin, you want your acne to get better, you want your hair to get better. Again, it involves the liver, as well as several other things in the human body. So to start off with the liver, over the next couple of days, we're going to talk about simple lifestyle changes and foods. We're going to start off with foods. There is a group of foods that is scientifically documented to help you with liver. So when I talk to some of my friends who are liver surgeons, they are liver transplant surgeons, today they talk about the importance of not just the surgery, but the kind of food that you need to eat after that, because the liver is an organ that has the ability to regenerate itself. That's the beauty of the human body. So today we're going to talk about 2 or 3 foods, starting off with your first group of foods, which is powerful for the liver, and those are your cruciferous vegetables. When I talk about cruciferous vegetables, I'm talking about your crucifers, the vegetables that are rich in a compound called sulforaphane. We're talking about your broccoli, we're talking about kale, we're talking about cabbage, we're talking about cauliflower, we're talking about mustard, we're talking about mustard greens, we're talking about mustard seed sprouts, we're talking about Brussels sprouts, we're talking about radish. Now, if you're a thyroid patient, you would say, but I'm not supposed to eat that. Of course you can eat that, but when it's steamed and when it's cooked, you don't want to eat it in its raw form. That will affect your thyroid gland. And in fact, it becomes heavier for digestion for most people. So you can steam it or lightly cook it. You could do it in stir fries. You can lightly cook these vegetables. It will not lose all of its nutrients. Steaming would be your best method to do it. So cruciferous vegetables are therapeutic when it comes to your liver because of the sulforaphane. Now, Traditionally, I'm going to talk about how I make my diet. So I have 7 days in a week, and every day there will be a cruciferous vegetable, because it's not just good for your liver, it's good for your kidney, it's good for your heart, it's good for your brain, it's good for your immune system, it's good to keep inflammation low. It's basically a great cleansing food that you can have in your diet. So one day I may do cabbage, the next day I may do cauliflower, the next day I may do broccoli, the next day I may do kale, the next day I may add some slices of radish to my salad. That's how you get cruciferous into your diet. The second powerful food for your liver, if it suits you, of course, do it, is garlic. I know there are certain religious orders that don't have garlic, and that's absolutely fine. If you don't have garlic, you can have the cruciferous vegetables, right? Garlic is super, super powerful. In its raw form, in steamed form, even in cooked form, it is going to give you some benefits, much lesser than in the raw form. So now I may add a few pieces of chopped garlic to my salad, or I may do a light steaming of my cruciferous vegetables with chunks of garlic. They taste really good when you drizzle olive oil over them, and then you can actually steam them with your vegetables or do a stir fry out of them. So I may do a stir fry of broccoli with mushrooms with a lot of garlic and a lot of onion. So I'm getting all of that health benefit into it. I'll make it colorful by adding some colored cabbage, maybe purple cabbage or tomatoes or bell peppers. It's as simple as that, getting the basics right. Now the third food is olive oil. Olive oil is medically and scientifically documented for helping the liver in all ways. In fact, there are some countries that actually literally drink olive oil for liver health, but we don't need to do that. Olive oil is a monounsaturated fat. It is actually used for the treatment of non-alcoholic fatty livers. So when we have people with non-alcoholic fatty livers, we make olive oil part of their diet. They can also have coconut oil, they can also have pure ghee, but we add olive oil to help you break down fats in your liver. So now I can actually stir fry my cruciferous vegetables with some garlic and with olive oil. Or I can drizzle extra virgin olive oil over my salads that may have a little bit of, vegetables in it or whatever it is that you want to do. So the foods that we're talking about today are your cruciferous vegetables, your garlic, your olive oil. You want to make sure that you get a good quality olive oil. Please understand, food is an investment. It is not a cost. You can get very cheap olive oils that have no medicinal properties and no nutritional properties. Olive oil will be expensive. It is going to be expensive. Accept it. It's like alcohol. People spend money on cheap alcohol and on expensive alcohol. When you spend money on expensive alcohol, you're going to get quality. When you spend money on cheap food and cheap oils, you get cheapness, which isn't good for your health. So we need to understand that food is an investment. It is not a cost, and that's why prevention is better than cure. Because when we get sick, then we got to spend a lot of money on medicine and expensive foods. Anyway, coming down to the last food that we're going to discuss today, and on tomorrow's video, we're going to discuss the next category of foods, lemon. Now, lemon may suit you, it may not suit you. So if it doesn't suit you, use your common sense and don't use it. It's okay. There are other foods that are great for your liver as well. Lemon juice. And this is something that I learned in Mexico from a doctor who would post liver cancers or post liver cirrhosis. He would ask his patients to take a tablespoon of olive oil, okay, with 1 or 2 pieces of crushed garlic, and then lemon juice added to that. And he would add a tablespoon of raw unpasteurized honey. And he would give this to his patients every single morning to help keep the liver clean, reduce inflammation, and break down fats, which in turn would bring down the liver enzymes of SGOT and SGPT. I'm sharing this with you. It may work for you, it may not. But I'm a fan of that when we do our liver cleanses for our patients post gallbladder removal, or when we're trying to save a patient's gallbladder. We will use olive oil, we will use lemon, we will use garlic, and we will use raw honey as well in combination with each other. So you see, what I'm teaching you today has existed for decades and decades. They've also been scientifically studied. The information is all there. But when we consume content that doesn't matter, the world is always trying to sell you complication, more and more supplements and everything. You need a supplement, take it. Good quality, right time, right intention. But civilizations before us, generations before us relied on all of these natural methods. And like I said, it can work for you or it may not work for you. But you got to understand the respect for your liver is important. And that's why people who binge drink alcohol or continuously drink alcohol, they have other problems. Because let's say, for an example, you binge drink on a Friday night and a Saturday night. And then you say, I'm going to be clean till next Friday. Your liver can take 10 to 15 days to clean out that alcohol if you're binge drinking. So by the time you've reached your next weekend, you've not even cleaned out your liver from the previous weekend. And that's how you get into a vicious cycle of disease. The problem is not alcohol. The problem is overconsumption at the wrong time with the wrong foods and not keeping the right lifestyle in place. So while we talk about the liver, we've spoken about foods today. We're going to speak about foods tomorrow as well for the liver. Remember, your sleep is important. Your exercise is important because blood flow to the liver helps your liver stay strong and healthy. And of course, we know that chronic emotional distress has an impact on the liver. Which emotions are related to poor liver health? Chronic anger, chronic hatred, and constant irritability. You will find people with these three chronic emotions having problems with their liver. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.